I analyzed 3,469 Noah Morris YouTube automation tweets so you don't have to. Noah Morris is one of the most well-known influencers in the faceless YouTube space. Running successful channels publicly himself, he even revealed those channels on Twitter multiple times, and he also created multiple softwares that help beginner creators and experienced creators make YouTube automation channels and videos more easily. He is without a doubt one of the most respected people in the space, and in this video I'm gonna break down his core tips, tricks and concepts to start a YouTube automation channel so that you do not have to go through all his Twitter tweets from the past years. So I will be covering his top 5 tips on what to do when you're starting, and also 3 pitfalls to avoid when starting YouTube automation. And this applies to both beginners who start a fresh channel or people who are already running channels, so that you get the insights to get a profitable channels quicker and more easily. You see, starting a YouTube automation business sounds fairly simple. You pick a niche, you create videos, you get views and you earn money. Unfortunately, in most of the cases, it is not as easy as it sounds. Picking the right niche is the roadblock most people face when starting this business, and even experienced people still struggle with this because finding the right niche really will kickstart your channel to success. If you find a good niche, you can post 2 to 5 videos, go viral and get monetized. But if you start on a bad niche with bad videos, it can take over 50 videos to get monetized. So nailing the niche research part is one of the most important parts of YouTube automation itself. Another thing is the monetization benchmarks. To start earning money from your YouTube automation channel, you need to get entered in the YouTube Partner Program. For this, you will need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers on your channel. Most people already struggle finding a niche, let alone posting 20 or 30 videos to get access to the YouTube Partner Program so that they start earning money back. This is a big roadblock for people to start. You need to invest quite some money if you outsource your videos before you can start making money from this business model. And that is exactly why there's so much emphasis on finding the right niche so that you're not going into the wrong direction, because you can upload a lot of videos, but if you do not get monetized from it, it's basically wasted time, money and energy. And even when you are monetized or you start with a pre-monetized channel, you still need to get views to earn money. So a lot of people go wrong by buying pre-monetized channels, but then not knowing how to properly upload videos in a specific niche to get views and actually earn money from them. So a monetized channel isn't everything. You still need to get views on your channel to actually make this work. Summarized, if you do not want to make it wrong and waste money, time and energy, watch this video, implement the tips, and increase your chances of running a successful channel. So let's dive into the 5 tips that I got from Noah's Twitter summarized that kickstart your YouTube automation channel to success. And tip number 1 is focusing on high CPM and RPM niches. If you do not know what CPM and RPM are, these are basically the metrics that indicate how much money you are going to be earning per 1,000 views. The CPM is what YouTube earns per 1,000 views, or like what they have advertisers pay them per 1,000 views. So an advertiser, for example, pays YouTube $10 per 1,000 views. Once you are in the YouTube Partner Program, you will earn a certain percentage of that. So from that $10, the RPM that you're gonna be earning might be $4, $5 or $6. And this is where the leverage of high CPM niches comes into play. If you have a channel where there's not a lot of advertisers in the market selling products, courses, or whatever kind of ads you see on YouTube, the CPM and RPM will be lower because they have an auction, these advertisers, and the more people are in the market advertising their products, the higher the CPM will be, basically. So if you are in a market where the CPM is, let's say, $2 compared to another market where it's $10, you need 5 times as many views to earn the same amount of money. Now, the tricky part here is that you do not always know what the CPM and RPM are going to be in a market, but from experience, looking online, talking with other people, you can sort of find the averages based on your video length and your niche of what the CPM and RPM of a market might be. Now, if you want to take out the guesswork, Noah actually made a software that helps you find niches and also indicates the CPM and RPM of the niches that you can start. His tool is called NextLev, and I will put a link for it in the description below. I'm not gonna give a tutorial on how that works in this video, but if you want help finding your niche and knowing the RPM and CPM, give this tool a try. Tip number 2 to starting your YouTube automation business is using AI tools ethically. When it comes to YouTube automation, there's a lot of moving parts where you have to find your niche, you have to write a script, you have to do a voiceover, you have to edit your video, make a thumbnail, manage your team. There's a lot of different variables that you need to master, and the rise of AI basically made streamlining this process a lot easier. So use tools to your advantage where you can. He does not advocate for making fully made AI videos, because this is usually like low content, pretty low quality. It can work, but it's not for everyone. But use tools to your advantage to basically make quicker and better supply chains for creating videos or running your channel. Here are some tools that you can use. For example, you can use ChatGPT for script writing and coming up with titles. You can use 11 Labs for AI voiceovers. You can use Pictory for easy to make stock material videos. You can use his software NextLev to find topics and find the RPM and CPM for those topics. You can use 1 of 10 for packaging videos, and you can use pixels to make very high quality and unique thumbnails. Now, most people opt for doing a mix of AI softwares and also outsourcing to freelancers. What I personally do myself mostly is use AI to help you write a script and do a voiceover, but then I hire video editors to help me edit the videos so that they are actually high quality and unique. The platforms we mainly use to outsource people from is Fiverr and Upwork. Now, tip number 3 to making a profitable YouTube automation channel is reverse engineering winning formats and videos on YouTube. So rather than inventing the wheel yourself and just blindly trying something, try to find winning videos, niches and markets that you can then reverse engineer, understand why and how they work, and then do it yourself. By understanding what works, such as the video format, the title, the thumbnail, and the editing, you can replicate that success in your own way in a specific market. You do not have to start testing from zero. You can use other people's testing periods and basically winning strategies and formulas to make your own winning formula with a higher rate of success. So once there is a niche you are thinking about getting started in, look for the high performing channels and videos and try to understand how these videos are made. What is the title format? What is the thumbnail looking like? What colors do they use? Text they use? How much text do they use? How is the video editing done? What is the format of the script? The outline, basically the story that they go through. So really quick, here's the 5-step formula that Noah made a video about on his Twitter of how he reverse engineers winning concepts into his own video. So step 1 is using a tool like NextLev to find outlier videos from winning niches or channels to get an idea of what works in a specific market. Number 2 is verifying if this niche or market is working by looking and seeing on YouTube search if there's other channels in this market that started within 3 to 6 months and that are also pulling in good views and numbers. So number 3 is copying the titles of these winning concepts and looking for other channels to see if these videos and these topics are actually still working, not just for one channel, but for multiple channels. Once you have found multiple of these channels, you can start seeing a pattern in the type of videos they make, the formats for their titles, so the topics of their videos, and also the thumbnails and the video editing that they do and the script writing. And step 5, which is really important, do not one-on-one copy anyone. Understand why and how it works and then replicate this for yourself. Do not take someone else's work and one-on-one mimic what they did. Real quick guys, I made a blog post about this video too. In that blog post I have linked the tweet video that Noah made, so you can watch that if you want to. Now tip 4 from Noah to your profitable YouTube automation channel is avoid getting copyright strikes and demonetized. One of the biggest mistakes new creators make is using existing content wrong and getting copyright strikes or even channel terminations. So if you get 3 strikes, your channel is gone, deleted. You can also, if you don't properly edit your video or add voiceovers, not get into the YouTube Partner Program, and then you get strikes for like reused content. This really sucks because you maybe have spent some money and some time, like a few weeks or months, on building a channel that you're excited about. You finally can apply to the program and then you do not get approved. This really sucks. So really stick to the rules of fair use in YouTube and reuse content. I will link an article with the rules that you should stick to, but it comes down to not using existing video footage that is longer than 7 seconds per clip, always making the content unique by adding your own voiceover, and also doing proper video editing with text effects, sound effects, and voiceover so that it's actually a cool and unique video that adds value to the market. Fortunately, this is a pretty vague gray area where YouTube isn't always very clear what is wrong with a video if you do not get applied. But if you read these policies, you at least get a good idea of what is allowed and what is not. So here are 4 quick steps to make your videos fair use and give it the highest chance to get into the partner program. Add meaningful commentary, analysis, or educational insights to reused content. Don't just re-upload existing content without significant edits. Use royalty-free footage from sources like Pexels, Pixabay, or Storyblocks. If using copyrighted clips, keep them under 10 seconds and provide original commentary. Now, the last step to starting your YouTube automation business, step number 5, is scale in a smart way. Start with one channel before expanding to multiple other channels. See, many beginners fall in the trap of starting multiple channels at the start to hopefully increase their chances of one of them going viral. However, Noah in the streets suggested against this, especially as a beginner. Focus on one channel and one niche that you will get monetized and profitable before moving on to the other ones, so that you have focus on this one thing and get this one thing to work before expanding. Expansion can be good, but if you focus on multiple channels at the same time and they don't make money, it can be very overwhelming and costly if you have to make multiple videos for multiple channels while not earning money back yet. And once you have a monetized channel that is maybe profitable, you can automate that with a team, and then you can reinvest your profits into more new channels. You'll also have a channel in a specific market that's doing well, so you can redirect the traffic from that to newer channels to kickstart their progress too. Now that we covered the 5 tips on what to do when starting, let's cover the 5 pitfalls to avoid when starting YouTube automation so you increase your chances of success too. Usually, in my own experience too, of course, you have to go into the right direction, but the most important thing is avoiding the pitfalls, because once you are up and running and have momentum, it really is painful to losing your channel or monetization or anything. So try to avoid these pitfalls for your success. So Noah actually quoted this in one of his tweets. Here are 5 lessons from around 6,000 failed YouTube videos. So he has a lot of experience in the past years and he does know what works and doesn't work. Number 1 pitfall to avoid is it is not all about the CTR and the AVD, so about the click-through rate or the average view duration. Where most people go wrong in that they do not get views or impressions on their videos is not these 2 metrics, which are of course important, but it doesn't mean if those metrics are high that you will go viral. What is wrong with most videos is the core concept or the idea of the video. So according to him, a topic that was either too generic, too niche, or overly saturated, and a poor understanding and integration of what piqued the audience interests in the first place. As I said, a lot of people only focus on CTR and AVD, and yes, it's an important metric, but it doesn't mean you are going viral if these 2 metrics are high. Noah even mentions that some of his most viral videos have a CTR below 5% and a view duration below 25%, which is considered very low in YouTube automation, but it's still his most viral videos. Concept and packaging is more important than the metrics itself. Tip number 2 to avoid is do not underestimate the packaging and concept of your video. Noah mentions that a few tweaks in the title, changing up a few words, or a few tweaks in the thumbnail can 10x the views on your video compared to doing a little small SFX edit or sound edit or whatever transition edit in your video, because yeah, it's at the start more about people clicking on your video and finding the idea cool than actually watching the video. That's not important, but if no one clicks it, they probably won't get to 40 or 50% in your video where you maybe made that edit. So yeah, put a lot of focus on the actual packaging and concept of your video. Pitfall to avoid number 3 is confirmation bias. Now, let's quote Google exactly to what this is. Confirmation bias refers to the search for information that confirms one's initial belief, while ignoring disconfirming information. For example, when confronted with a food, picky eaters may research for information to confirm their initial belief that a food is distasteful. And when it comes to YouTube, Noah mentions that sometimes he made videos that he thought were good looking and thumbnails were good and the titles were good, but that was just his assumption and not what he actually got back from the audience. So it's sort of like a little bit of an ego thing where you think you know what the audience wants, but you have to listen to the audience. So don't assume you know what your viewer wants. Intuition is good, but don't become overconfident. Pitfall number 4 is not being afraid to invest in your channel and in your side hustle success, and also using the 80-20 rule to this business. Noah says that around 80% of all his videos is testing new niches, new markets, new concepts that probably fail, but this 80% leads to him finding the 20% of videos that go viral and make that money and views back that he lost on the 80%. So get used to making bad and failing videos to get data to make your viral videos, basically. The last tip, number 5, is do not be impatient. Noah said that around 60 to 70% of his failed videos happened in his first 2 or 3 years running YouTube automation channels. Growing in this industry is not a linear process, but exponential. So start learning, understand that time in the game is the most important factor and that quick hacks will not get you rich over time. Now I have one bonus pitfall to avoid for you. Use AI, but do not rely on it too much without human oversight. Fully AI generated videos often lack the human emotion and the engagement that you would get from a real person's voice or script. So always review and edit your AI scripts, your AI voiceovers, and maybe also your AI thumbnails. Try to find the sweet spot to balance AI with a real human touch. So now that you have an idea of 5 things to do and 5 things to avoid when starting your YouTube automation journey, it's time to take the next steps and take action. So start by picking a profitable niche, optimize your content creation process, prioritize audience retention, invest in tools where necessary, and always keep that human touch to your channel and videos so that your content remains engaging and compliant with YouTube's fair use policies. Now, if you're serious about starting your YouTube automation journey, I have made a free 5-day challenge that you can join that walks you through all the core steps to starting your first YouTube automation channel. So it goes over how to find a niche, the core concepts of this business, how to make videos with AI for fairly cheap, and also how to set up your channel, do SEO, and basically get started with everything and how to schedule these videos. You can join this channel. You can join this challenge for free by clicking the link in the description. This is basically your free roadmap to success. And if you join this, you do not have to watch all these random YouTube videos here on YouTube, but you have one step-by-step guide you can follow with plug and play sheets, and you have direct access to me for your questions to start your YouTube automation business. Now, last thing, I advise you, if you get into this business, to follow Noah Morris on Twitter and on YouTube. I will link it in my description. And yeah, make sure to take note of these, start implementing, don't just watch these videos, start taking action, and yeah, implement these tips and tricks. So I hope this video inspired you to take action and that you learned something from it. And if you want to know how to automate this production process with AI tools, I've just uploaded a video last week that goes over AI creation tools that you can use to very quickly make those AI videos so that you can start your channel quickly for cheap without extra need of freelancers. Click the video on screen here if you want to watch that.